Hey, real quick before we dive into the Hardcore Closer podcast, if you haven't already, jump over to hardcorecloser.com, sign up, and join over 20,000 sales professionals from around the world and receive free hardcore sales training every week after week that will help you step your game up. Now, buckle up, closers. Here's Ryan. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Hardcore Closer podcast. I'm Ryan Stewman, founder and CEO of hardcorecloser.com, and this podcast is dedicated to helping the sales community close more deals. Listen, welcome to the Hardcore Closer podcast. I'm Ryan Stewman, founder of hardcorecloser.com, and this podcast is all about helping salespeople like you close more deals. Look, it doesn't matter if you're selling cars, homes, financial services, consulting, coaching, all of that, right? This podcast is dedicated to helping you generate higher quality leads, increase your closing ratios, and show you how to charge premium fees for the shit that you sell, right? Because that's important, right? I made a rant today earlier as we're recording this, maybe a few days back by the time you're catching this on iTunes, but about, discounting your prices or whatever. I want to teach you how to charge premium fees, right? Because you get what you earn, right? And if you go out and you fucking earn a commission, then there's no reason whatsoever you shouldn't be paid full commission. We say in the car business, right? Full price is fair price, right? Or it wouldn't be full price, right? It would be some other price, which would still be full price, which would be fair price because it would be discounted. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. What we are here to talk about today on episode 4 of the Hardcore Closer podcast is how to build a sales pipeline fast in 5 steps. Now, look, I always say that these shows are going to be 20 minutes, and then I fail miserably at keeping them that short. I'm trying, y'all. I really am. But I've been getting some good feedback from people. A lot of people say they've enjoyed the show. We're starting to get some ratings. By the way, if you don't want to be considered a lazy bastard and just like a kangaroo, and let me just explain what a kangaroo is real quick, just so that you can come familiar with our language here. A kangaroo is like, kangaroo, their little arms, they dangle in the front. They can't reach their back pocket where their wallet would be, right? And they keep stuff, but they're just long enough to stuff a bunch of free shit in their pouch, right? So in the business world, to me, like kangaroos are people that want to do a bunch of free stuff, but they don't want to take action, right? They don't want to go rate things on iTunes maybe, right? Or they want, in our sales talk group, we'll have a bunch of people they'll do anything for a free book, won't do shit for a sale, right? And I'm not knocking anybody. You know who you are, damn it. I'm not knocking anybody in the group, but we see it all the time and people laugh about it on a consistent basis. And some people even send me messages and go, hey, dude, I'm a kangaroo, but I need some fucking help, right? My arms are too short, but here's the deal. And that's hilarious too, right? But just kind of let you in our little world language right there. A couple things real quick before we get into this. Thing number 1, if you haven't already joined our Facebook group, Sales Talk with Sales Pros, what the fuck are you waiting on, right? 15,000 sales badasses in one spot. Dude, in this group, we sell everything from real estate to sex toys, dude. It's like, now nobody's pitching their stuff in there, so you don't have to be creeped out or anything like that. But dude, it's like people that they're all walks of life, all backgrounds, all sorts of sales skills, and all in one place, right? And we're consistently growing that group. We do a lot of giveaways. I provide a shit ton of value for the community back there, and so do some of my closest friends. And so it's just a great place for you to surround yourself, because oftentimes as salespeople, we don't have other top producers to surround ourselves with. We got all these other losers that work at the same place we do, or hang out at the water cooler and all this other stuff. And it's hard for us to maintain our job and surround ourselves with great people. I believe that this Sales Talk with Sales Pros is the place where you can do that. The other thing is, make sure you go get a free Clixo account, CLYXO.com. If you're looking for me on social media, the way to find me is Clixo.com/closer. Once you get there, it's going to be all sorts of, logins for all your social media channels, right? I think that we're up to 12. We're just shy of 10,000 users. We just released our app in the iTunes store. So by the time you're hearing this, you can go in the iTunes store right now. You can download the app. And what basically Clixo is a social media search engine. You opt in, you tell us where you want to be found, and then it's got great SEO skills, so on and so forth. There's a video there that explains all of it. I'm not trying to take up too much precious time. It's always free. I'm never going to charge you for it. There's no upsells, no gimmicks. Just get on that bad boy. All right, so Robert, hey man, we recording, or did I just say all that for nothing? We good, man? How are you doing today, dude?
I got it. I am doing excellent, man, excellent. And another cool thing I was thinking about Clixo, I was hoping you were going to say, is the amount of time that it saves, like for you on the podcast, instead of sitting there being like, or on a video, any content. All right, man. So it's Ryan Stewman. Hook up with me at Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube here and there, right? It's just one place, one URL, everything's there for you.
Dude, that's a good point. I never thought about a video, like saying it on the video. It's a great idea. I dig it. Great idea. See, that's why we let him hang out with us, ladies and gentlemen, listening out there. Like occasionally, he's fucking good for something, right? Besides just producing quality podcast audio, right? So good shit and videos. Hey, take note from Robert. Hey, everybody. Clixo in your videos. One URL saved you a lot of time.
And that's Robert. That's clixo.com/RW.
See how easy is that? Yeah, think about all the usernames that are available. RW. How easy is that to remember?
I got in early, baby, and which it's still early enough. All right, enough about Clixo, man. Great product, man. Just go get it. It's free. Like you said, no beef, no.
Yeah, kangaroo's welcome.
Kangaroo's
welcome.
Yep, this is designed for the kangaroo.
It's kangaroo friendly. It's like a fucking Australian zoo, right? So, all right. So let's talk about what it does. Like 5 steps to like creating a sales pipeline. So maybe you're listening to this today and you're new at you just started a new job, right? You're new in a new industry. You're trying to figure out how maybe you've switched from cars to mortgages. Maybe you've switched from insurance to real estate. Maybe you've switched from construction to the actual sales side. And you're trying to figure out how you can build a pipeline fast. Cause here's the thing. None of us are in sales so that we can fucking wait forever to get paid. We're in sales because we want to make a sale right now, get a commission. I remember my fiance, Amy, when she was working with us, she's like, but I want to make a sale today, right? Like I want to make a sale today. I don't want to sit around and wait. And I love that. That's the way most salespeople are, right? But we know it rarely happens that you make a sale on your first day on the job, right? You got learning curves, you got objections that you were never fucking prepared for, and you got to start prospecting, right? You got to unless you go to work somewhere where they just deliver you a bunch of inbound leads, you're gonna have to build a pipeline and go out and do things yourself. And oftentimes those that go out and do things themselves, right? Go out and prospect their own leads, generate their own stuff, which we're huge here at Hardcore Closer about. But the people that go out there and do that generate their own leads generally get higher commission percentages as well. So keep that in mind when you can go generate your own leads and close your own sales. Dude, you're a hot commodity, right? Like you're something that everybody wishes they could have, a salesman that can get his own leads and close his own deals. Dude, that's like, fire in the hole. We got a good one coming through. So we're going to talk about 5 ways that you can step up that are free, by the way. They're not real. Well, I shouldn't say free. They might cost you a little bit of time and a few dollars here and there, depending on what equipment you already have. But for the most part are cheap and inexpensive ways to build a sales pipeline quick to where you can get some money coming in, take care of your family, build your sales team, build your employees, all the other things that you have to do. So let's talk about, you know what? Let me give a disclaimer. So I've only used these exact steps myself in direct sales, online sales, car sales, mortgage origination, house flipping, roofing. In other words, these steps that I'm about to share with you have been proven across multiple industries, selling multiple products. They're the real deal. Okay, they're the real deal. So here's the thing. Step 1, send out a blast email. Even if you only have like Outlook and you don't have to have an Aweber or Infusionsoft or any of those things. Like even if you just have even if you just have Outlook, or even if you just use Gmail, you can send like 50 emails out at a time. Like Robert, do you know how many emails you can send out each time with Gmail or Outlook? It's like 50, right?
I think 50 is close. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while, man.
So, right, but you're not building a sales pipeline because you've built one. You know what I mean? So this isn't for you, Robert. This isn't for you. This is for people building.
Oh yeah, fair enough. No, I wasn't putting down that at all. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but it is. It's a good point.
I'm smart ass.
Go ahead, no doubt.
But at the same time, it could be for you because if you hit your email list right now, you probably make a sale. Let's just be real. You know what I mean? When's the last time you emailed everybody in your database and sent them something good? Obviously, it's been a while because you just said it's been a while. So something to think about, right? Could be leaving millions of dollars on the table there, Robert. This could be for you too. But anyway, back to send out a blast email. So, you might think, well, I don't have 50 names I can send an email to. That's horseshit. You've got a phone full of contacts. I don't care if it's a one-night stand that you had a few months ago. He might need whatever it is that you're selling, right? Face the awkwardness. Being a salesperson's having thick skin. Move forward. Close the deal, right? Like you have a phone full of contacts. If you look in your pretty much Gmail and Outlook save every email address that you've ever emailed. So you could just literally go through there and push letters and it pull people up. Aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, past clients that you've done business with in other industries, referral partners, people that you met along the way, strangers that you add their business card through there, but don't spam them. Okay, you have to think of a cool way to get in front of all these people with a message that'll fall on everybody, right? You can't say, I sell cars, and you're trying to sell it to a bunch of underage people that are 13. They can't buy a car, right? So like if your database is that, you can't say, I sell health insurance and your database is young as well. You can't say I sell life insurance and your database is old, because they're probably not going to be able to qualify, stuff like that. So here's the thing. In order to send out an email, you have to make it like you don't want to spam people, right? Well, first, they're in your database, so technically it's not spam because you've been in communication with them. But at the same time, they'll perceive it as spam if you don't do it right. And so here's some cool ways that like I do. It's like I let them know that I changed jobs, and here's some cool benefits. And then I give them a call to action. If you know somebody, thank you in advance for your warm regards towards me taking on this new industry. And by the way, if you know anybody, I'd love to have a conversation with them, as I'll more than happily return the favor for you like I've done so many times before in the past. Even if you've never done anything for them, just insinuating that you've done some shit for them in the past, because if you know them, you most likely have, right? Then that gets them, like, you may not think about it, but it reminds them of the shit that you have done for them. You may send another email out letting them know why you changed jobs. Not just the fact that you changed jobs and asking for business, but that you were passionate about this, that, and the other, or this really drove you, or you had this breakthrough in your life, or you saw this happen in this instance, right? Like something, like people love stories. That's why a lot of books don't get read, is because like they have great covers and everything else, but the stories inside of them suck. People love a good story. So if you can tell a story about your passion is what led you here. I wasn't really happy working with the banks. Instead, I wanted to make sure that when people's family members passed away, they were protected. So now I'm selling insurance because I feel like that's something that is really beneficial for the families and generational money. Whatever your passion is, right? You found passion. You shouldn't be selling something that you're not passionate about. When I sold mortgages, probably one of the most boring things on the planet to sell, I was passionate about it, not because I sold interest rates for a bank, but because I helped families be able to move into their dream home. And I was passionate about seeing someone get the keys to that house and be fucking excited about it, right? So send an email out, come up with a cool reason, right? Don't just send an email out that's like, yo, I switched jobs, buy my shit, bitch, right? Like, don't put some stuff like that out there, right? Like, be cool, find a story, some motivation, some reasoning, and people are going to wonder why did you switch jobs anyway, so you might as well just tell them the story, or at least your version of their story anyway. Another way, and this can be compounded alongside sending emails, is make a video. Right now, well, let's talk about the evolution of communication real quick. Like in the 80s, mobile phones popped on the scenes. People said, oh, I'm not talking on my mobile phone to anybody but my family, right? In the 90s, email popped on the scene. People said, oh, I'm not giving anybody my email address but my family and friends, right? And eventually they caved. Somebody gave out their phone number to their cell phone, made a bunch of sales, other people followed suit. Somebody gave their email out, made a bunch of sales, other people followed suit, right? In 2000 and let's say 9, people would say things like, oh, well, I'm not getting my Facebook for anybody but friends and family. And now Facebook's a networking fest, right? Like that's exactly what it is. It's just like this huge networking website. But in the beginning, people only want to be with their family and friends. And so now people say, oh, I only make videos for my family and friends. And it's only a matter of time. Might as well just drop the paradigm right now. Get it out of here. Fuck that paradigm. Like, and just know that it's going to happen. You're going to be forced to do it. So you might as well just get it over with now and start making videos for the world, right? Here's the other thing about videos. People get to see your mannerism. They get to hear your tonality. They get to see your personality, like all that good stuff, right? They get to know you. Right? And we speak 3 languages, right? This aura around us, this language with our body, and this language with our mouth, right? And when they watch the video, those 3 languages, if you do it right, can line up and send a positive signal of confidence to the prospect, which in then turn makes them buy. But here's the other thing about videos. Like if I died today, my sons, and however many generations that continues to go on, could watch videos about like their crazy great grandfather or whatever, right? Like this dude was batshit crazy, talking a bunch of stuff, cussing over here on iTunes and all this other stuff, but he was hilarious and quite handsome, might I add, right? I'm just saying. And so like, like I'm leaving a legacy, right? Like these video training programs that I have on sales, as long as sales is in need, they're going to be relevant. So somebody can always watch them and learn from them. This podcast is in digital format. It's not a video, but we're going to convert it to a YouTube video. Somewhere 10, 15, 20 years from now, somebody's going to be listening to this and be like, dude, that's for me. That message is for me. So you should be making videos because videos are powerful. Let's talk about this from a video perspective. Like you move to a new area, you turn the TV on, you watch the news, the people that are on video are important to you, right? All of a sudden they're authority. You see, all of our lives, we've been sat in front of TVs and told that the people on video were important. So when you use video to get in front of somebody else, then you're automatically an authority. So that's the number one fear out there is public speaking. Number one fear in America. Like number one fear in Zimbabwe might be war-torn tanks or some shit or landmines. But I'm just saying in America, the number one fear is public speaking. And videos are a form of public speaking. People are scared to death to do them. So that puts you in a stage where you're a fear breaker. You busted through that fear. And it makes people instantly respect you as authority. Let's talk about step 3. So start making videos. Step 3, use social media. So many people take to the phone first. And you know, if you follow me for any amount of time, you know that I hate cold calls. I'm not a fan. I think they're a waste of time. I'd rather be a sales sniper, make one call, one close, than make a whole bunch of machine gun calls and not hit anybody. So here's the thing, right? Social media takes the cold out of cold calling, right? What social media does allows us to have a chat message, or maybe me comment on your stuff, or find a mutual group that we're friends of that maybe you've made a post in. It allows with me to connect some way with you to where you at least become familiar with my name before I reach out to you, right? It changes the game. It also allows me to post just like the email, letting everybody know that I changed jobs or whatever. It also lets me post to social media and let all my connections know that I've changed jobs. My LinkedIn connections, people that are my professional connections, my Facebook connections, my Twitter list. Like I can let all these different lists of people know that I changed jobs and that I can help them should they need my services. I mean, social media is a one-to-many platform. You make one post, it goes out to many people. Same with videos. And if you want to be all creative and studly and shit, you just take the video that you made, all badass it is and everything else, you post it to social media, and technically video itself is social media. So you're like doubling down on the damage that you're going to do the marketplace. Like, what's that? Ding, ding, ding. Instant pipeline. So step 4, hit the online forums up. That can be Facebook groups, social media groups. It can be places like the Warrior Forum. You know, all you got to do is use the Google. Right? There's always places online that people with common interests hang out in. There's specific groups for mortgage people, specific groups for real estate agents. There's somewhere other than the social media channels we know about. And even some of the groups and forums on social media channels are awesome too. But there's some hidden place where they're trying to hide from the public that if you'll just do a little research, you can find it. You know, if you'll just do a little research, you can find where these like groups of people hang out, and you can assert yourself in there and be an authority. There's other sites that are more popular than people give them credit, like Reddit, Quora. There's all these other sites that people are active on out there. I have internet marketing buddies that are making millions of dollars a year that never even get on social media because they're members and authority people in forums. I got a friend that sells prostate stuff, and most of his prostate sales just come from him being the prostate authority in the prostate forum, right? Fucking A. Right? Like there's no shortage of places where people join groups to hang out with like-minded people. I talked about the Sales Talk with Sales Pro group at the beginning of this podcast, right? Like join us there on Facebook, Sales Talk with Sales Pros. We'll let you in there. Don't spam us. We get pissed about that, right? There's groups and shit all over LinkedIn. There's groups on every like social media site pretty much that you can go to out there. It's just a matter of you getting active in there. And what you have to do again is it's kind of like public speaking. You have to overcome that fear and just put yourself out there. Here's a blog post I wrote. Here's a video I made. But here's the thing. Don't just come into these forums like, hey, I do this. Give me some business. That's not salesmanship. That's desperation. You go into these forums and you give value first. Hey, I made this blog post that gives you 5 steps on how you can make $100 million in the next 30 minutes. Check it out. Right? You give some type of value first. Don't be a taker, or they'll eventually take your ass out the front door to the group. All right, step 5, last one, advertising online. So many people are scared of advertising. What do you think keeps people so scared to invest some money in their advertising, Robert? Like, what do you think? What do you think the big fear of that is?
When it comes to digital advertising, I think that the results definitely, and then just they tried it for a little bit and they got nothing from it, but the execution that time they did it was not on par. So they're kind of sour, you know, because everybody's dabbled in it a little something, right? You know, I'd hate to think nobody hasn't dabbled.
And I think most people are just scared to lose money. They lose, $20 to $50 and they're scared that, it just doesn't work, period. But Here's the thing. We've got our real estate ads dialed, like from our bfadigital.com program. We've got those real estate ads dialed down to where most pages get a 7% conversion rate. That means for $25 a day on Facebook, we're pulling in anywhere between 3 and 7 leads, name, email address, phone number, people who are interested in looking at houses in a certain area. We've got this stuff down, pat, but we don't sell Sean Smith, the realtor. We don't sell John Smith, the mortgage guy. We sell what people want, and that's what? A house, right? Nobody wants a drill, they want a hole. Nobody wants a mortgage, they want a house. Nobody wants a real estate agent, they want a place to fucking live, right? And so advertising is simply trial closes, right? The more they see your ads, it's just more and more trial closed. And so many people, they mistake their advertising. They let's say you're a loan officer and you run an ad and say, Ryan Stewman, loan officers, low rate, great fees, awesome turn time, 12 days in underwriting. And people that read that from the outside are like, what the fuck does that mean? Fuck this guy. I'm going to Bank of America, right? But if instead, if I ran an ad that was like, hot homes in Highland Park, and it's like, hey, find the hottest deals and the best homes, bank-owned, foreclosure, REO properties in Highland Park today. Boom. And they click that link. And then I sold myself as the mortgage guy who can bridge that home that they want to the money they need from the bank. That's a completely different game, right? We're just doing a trial close on the front end to see if they're really interested in the home. And then I'm going to do the big close on the back end, right? So when you do your advertising, you have to find your root need of your audience, and you have to prove within like 2 sentences that you can solve that root need. Nobody wants a mortgage. What they do is they're having a baby and they need a bigger house. What they do is they're relocating for their job. What they do is they need to, pay off their credit card debt so that they can buy the car of their dreams that they wanted for their wife, or whatever the case. You have to find that root problem. But guess what? If you'll find the root problem that, the one that your prospects usually tell you over and over again, if you're listening good, if you'll put an advertisement out that says you solve that problem, that's when people start showing up to you. You can build a pipeline really quick. I've had a lot of loan officers broke as hell come to me, invest the $997 in BFA, spend the $150 it costs on top of that to set it up, drop $25 into advertising, and within a $1,200 spend, they've got 5 or 6 leads and a real estate agent as a referral partner that they're working with through those 5 or 6 leads, right? All from using my system. And it's just a matter of knowing something that's duplicatable. If you're not sure what to do as far as advertising, go see what's working for somebody else and do what Russell Brunson calls and model them, right? It's pretty simple. So let me give you a recap real quick. 5 steps to build a pipeline quick, right? So when you get to work this morning, or you get out of the gym tomorrow, whatever time it is, right? When you're ready to hit the floor, first thing you're going to do to build this pipeline, you're going to send out a blast email, right? I don't care who's on your list. Make sure everybody knows where you're at, what you're up to, and your why. Next thing you do is you make videos. You might even mix this video in with your blast email, but make sure you put it on video because you want to get in front of people, and people can love videos. Plus, that makes you an authority. Step 3, blast that video or post, whatever you want to do, but I specifically recommend blasting the video out on social media as well. Interact with your prospects. Go find where they're hanging out at, which leads to step 4, online forums. Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, and other online forums and websites that you can go. Even if it means you got to buy a membership somewhere, that means that the people that are back there are high quality, right? One of the things that most salespeople don't do is they say, oh, well, this forum costs money to sign up. That means the people back there that paid ain't bullshitting. Sign up, spend your money, best investment ever. Step 5, advertising online. Don't be a chicken shit, right? You'll go gamble in Vegas on your whole commission check, red on roulette or whatever the case may be, but you're scared to put $500 into advertising. Man, make the shit happen. If you do it right and you listen to the beat of the audience and you care not about yourself, not about making you look good or your company looking cool, but advertising the fact that you solve a problem that the marketplace has, that's where the money's at. Then your $500 can turn into $5,000, $50,000. I routinely turn $10,000 to $100,000 in advertising every month. So listen, if you're starting out in sales, starting a new industry, you're thinking about going somewhere else, these are the things that you're going to have to do. If you don't have enough sales right now, maybe you've neglected to do these things. The best thing is now that you know what to do, the best thing that you can do is go out there and implement it and turn this into sales. And with that, make sure you find me at clickso.com/closer. The show notes and everything will be a part of this. And hey, by the way, if you're looking to up your sales game and you want to learn how to generate leads, charge premium prices, all this stuff, and build this pipeline quick, Like, go get bfadigital.com. BFA as in Break Free Academy digital.com. There's a sales letter there. Read it. It's $997. No bullshit. If you buy that program and you do what it says, it is impossible not to make money. It's fucking impossible. If you buy the program and implement the shit that it teaches you, it's fucking impossible not to make money by it. You heard that right here. Make sure you rate us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star, because this ain't no 4-star show, right? But be honest, right? If you love us, if you hate us, fucking, I don't know why you're listening anyway, but rate us that it sucks, right? I listened one time, the dude's a fucking douchebag. He's selling shit the whole time. Who'd have thought the guy's selling shit on a fucking sales podcast, right? Like, whatever your feelings are, if you love us, hey, rave about us. That's how we're going to get in the store. That's how we're going to help more people on iTunes. That's how we're going to get in front of more people so we can help more salespeople close deals, because, you know, shit, we make the world go round. So with that, Robert, got anything you want to add before we're out of here?
Nah, man, I'm good. Let's do it.
That's it. Later, closers.